Hey guys, what is going on? It's your boy Fruit. So this video about DDLC. This is for the console version. I did this once as a PC version, and um, yeah, I'm gonna do this solo on console. So let's jump to this. Um, we're gonna go ahead and there we go. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw from herself. That girl is Suri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get more tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after like this, if she's going to chase me like this, I always, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the sidewalk and let Suri catch up to me. Hiya! I overslept you this time. Maybe, but only decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. Yeah. Um, that's means yes, I know. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, sorry. We cross the street together to make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with all other students making their daily commute. By the way, Xander, have you decided to come on a club? Have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. uh, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. And one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Suri likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh oh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you wouldn't let me wouldn't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you being a NEET in a few years because you're not used to real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look for a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you. Why don't I let myself get lectured by such carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relate to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even she doesn't exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is an ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Suri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start the anime club. Hello? Suri. Suri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you were even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it gets going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club? Sorry? Yee! There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Suri is vice president of the Literature Club. Now that I was ever aware, not that I was ever aware, that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title VP. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyways? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Nasasuki made cupcakes and everything. Hee hee. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell Suri is really that much of a airhead, or if she's cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I follow Suri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Suri, full of energy, swings open the class door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Wow then, welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure of meeting you. Suri always says nice things about you. Seriously, who brought a boy? God. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Xander. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Nasasuki? Huh. The girl with the strong attitude, whose name is apparently Nat, is the one I don't really recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sorry. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sorry says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyways, this is Nat, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest one in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sori and Nat. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. It sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It's great to see you again, Xander. Monica smiles sweetly. We know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come and sit down, Xander. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feels awkward. I take a seat next to Sori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table and a tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoosh! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, just hurry and take one. Suri grabs one first, and then Monica, and I follow. It's delicious. Suri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get the icing on her face. For some reason, she looks like a vampire. She has like a little triangle fang tooth right there. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Well, why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. I think you technically did, Sori said. Oh, maybe. But not for you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places the teacup in front of each of us, setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep the whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not true. Insulted Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be as a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy the tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the Literature Club? I was afraid to answer this question. Something tells me that I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Suri. Well, I haven't enjoyed any clubs yet, but Suri seems really happy here. So that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How's your own club? You could probably be a board member of any other of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Hehe. Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand for all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for your events. I'd much rather take something I'd personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the clubs yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. It makes school events like a festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yep. We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find the three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Xander, what kind of things do you like to read? Comic books? Just kidding. Consider how little I've read these past few years. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mumbled quietly to myself, half joking. Nitsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad face. Anyways, what about Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling you a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in a world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you out of a loop? Anyways, I've been reading a lot of horror lately, and I read a horror book once, and I desperately gasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess I could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a bit moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Just putting my headset down for a second. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over toward me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Hee, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Shori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her arms around her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers and exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work. Sorry. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea for everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzingly at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Now that we're back in the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join a club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made my decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with all four girls stare back at me. But I'm sorry. I thought. Stop, Xander. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That's it. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join in a literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lit up. Yes, I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Cinder, I'm looking forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hee yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my meteor writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Xander, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Suri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always staying after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With the two of us depart the club and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Suri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Well, I really, I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstance, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, so it's time to write a poem where you pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem the most. Okay, so huh. Hmm. Hmm. And um. Um. Daydream. All right, and that's where I'm going to stop this for today.